Welcome, I'm Dr. Janine Bowring, naturopathic doctor, and today I'm discussing 9 signs your body is crying for help. And I promise I'm going to share things that you haven't heard of or seen before. Make sure you stay tuned right until the end where I share my favorite sign that your body is crying for help and what you can do about it. So let's get right to it. Welcome in, and make sure that you are subscribed if you're new here and turn on those post notifications so you always get my newest and latest uploads. So sign number 1 is your eyebrow hair. So if the outer third of your eyebrows is becoming very thin, this can be an indication of low thyroid function. So this is something that certainly with hypothyroidism, it's very common, and whatever we can do, of course, to support the body naturally to really help with that thyroid hormone, that's really important for our metabolism, for our body temperature. And I have other videos that talk about really what's behind the thyroid getting out of whack in the first place, and it has a lot to do with leptin as a little hint. So really make sure that you check out that video all about leptin resistance, and you'll learn more about how to help your thyroid in an indirect but a direct way. Sign number 2 is white spots on the nails, and this is an indication of a zinc and potentially an iodine deficiency as well. And we know that zinc and copper work hand in hand with one another, so that's important that having both of them is in the right balance. And if you get those white spots on your nails, that's an indication, of course, that you have to find that balance with your zinc, your copper, and your iodine. Sign number 3 is canker sores. So if you're prone, or you know somebody who's prone to getting a lot of canker sores in the mouth, this can be a B12 deficiency. So yes, that is very common, especially I find in vegetarians, or if you're not really eating many animal foods in your diet. Sometimes you will need to supplement with B12 and a high quality whole food B12 to be able to absorb that important vitamin B12, because your body is telling you with those canker sores that you may be deficient. Sign number 4 is cracked lips. So if you are suffering from cracked lips, and putting aside the fact that maybe it's winter time where you live, very cold, and you moisten your lips and then they get very cracked, this is more about even at regular temperatures that your lips could show that sign of dehydration. So ensure that you are drinking enough water, and good quality water that is fluoride free, and making sure that it is, either reverse osmosis or a spring water that has some vital energy in it and some minerals as well. Really, really important, because we have to ensure that we're hydrating our body. When we're dehydrated, all of our electrical signals that flow through our body doesn't happen appropriately, and this basically shuts down the functioning of our mitochondria. So we have to make sure that we're making our energy appropriately, and being hydrated is a huge part of that. So make sure you're drinking your water. Now, sign number 5 is red bumps, and this is really common, and this is called keratosis pilaris. So on the backs of the arms, it can happen in other parts of the skin as well. And this can be related to a vitamin C deficiency, and also it can be related back to thyroid function as well, and a poor conversion of beta carotene into vitamin A. So ensuring that you're getting enough vitamin C, beta carotene in your diet is really important, and that you're optimizing your thyroid function. So again, check out other episodes where I talk about the thyroid, and that's a future show coming up here as well on YouTube, all about how to get a proper thyroid function happening in your body, because I get so many questions on thyroid function. So I promise that we will put that show together for you as well. Sign number 6 is gas and bloating. So no, it is not normal to have gas and bloating in the abdominal area and that distension. Some people complain to me that, that they have, their tummy looks like they're 6 or 7 months pregnant by the end of the day or after meals. This is simply not normal. So that would be an indication that there's some dysbiosis or an unhealthy microbiome happening, maybe even leaky gut syndrome. So these are definitely things that you want to address and find the root cause as to why that's happening. It could be food sensitivities as well. So definitely one of those signs that your body is crying for help, and really it's really a good idea if you pay attention to what your body's telling you. And so we have a bunch of other videos about fixing the gut and the microbiome, so make sure you check those out as well. Now stay tuned, it's coming up. My my favorite sign of that your body is crying for help. It's coming up in just a moment, so make sure you're staying tuned. Okay, let's go on to sign number 7. Here's one that you may not have heard about. So if you need to wear your sunglasses even on an overcast day, so you just find that the light outside is much too bright for you, that is your body crying for help. And this can be very much related to leptin resistance. So leptin resistance is a whole hormonal cascade. That's really important, and it's really one of the first points as to how our body works. Having that leptin resistance offsets our entire metabolism and our ability for our nervous system to work as it should, which then controls our hormones. So really important that fixing that leptin resistance. So I have a whole episode all about that. Make sure that you check it out. And eventually, the more sun that you're allowing and that natural light outside to come into your eyes, the less of a need you're going to find that you have for your sunglasses, which is a healthy thing. Now, certainly you have to be sensible with, exposure of light into your eyes, but really it is important. I think far too many people wear their sunglasses too much. I was guilty of doing the same thing, and I've really seen remarkable changes in my own energy and hormones and everything since I started removing my sunglasses. So something else that I'll be posting very soon about my own experience. Okay, sign number 8 is if you crave sugar. So this would be another sign that your body is telling you that there is an imbalance, and a little bit of sugar, of course, might be okay for most people, but if you crave it, you just can't go without having your sweet treats, then this could be an indication that you're actually addicted to sugar. And that brain chemical dopamine is something that is definitely related to sugar addiction. So check out my show on sugar addiction. I have a bunch of great tips on how to help you with getting past that addiction and helping to, decrease that dopamine connection with that sugar that you may be taking too much of. Okay, here we are, my favorite. So sign and symptom number 9 that your body is crying for help. If you need an alarm clock to wake up every morning, this is an indication that your circadian rhythms are out of sync. So if you rely on that alarm clock, number 1, if you're not waking up at the same time every morning, and it should be close to sunrise, that's how, as humans, our physiology is made to go with the sun, and we have more energy, and all our hormones revolve around that connection with that sunlight, especially in the morning. If that's not happening for you and you have to hit the snooze button on your alarm, you know who I'm talking to because I know you're watching now. This is, a lot of you are in this boat, and it's something that it's an indication that your circadian rhythms aren't set up and your hormones aren't set up to help you. So to help with your metabolism and your thyroid function and your male and female hormones. So really important. There are ways to set this up properly for your circadian rhythms. One of my best tips is to make sure that you see that sunrise or very close to the time of sunrise after the sun has come up. Get some of that natural sunlight into your eyes. It will do wonders for your overall health. So thanks for staying tuned right until the end. I hope that you learned something new. Please share this video if you know that it will influence someone that you know who needs some of this natural health information. If you're new here, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. Please give me a big thumbs up. I truly, truly appreciate all of your positive feedback. And if you've got some questions or comments or some future show ideas, I would love to hear from you. What are some of the symptoms that are happening in your body that, maybe you're wondering about? Could that be an indication of? And I will do my best to answer all of your questions. Remember to always take care of your good health and to do it naturally. Thanks for joining me today.